Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Suzanne Taylor King here for Friday live stream. I have a really exciting topic for all of you today. We are streaming live on Facebook in the Idea Lab community, on LinkedIn, and YouTube. And this will probably be a podcast episode as well. I love these micro trainings. And what I love about them the most is that they are actionable steps. So today, I want to celebrate failure. Failure as an entrepreneur, I believe, is essential for reaching that next level of success. Not only embracing failure, being willing to fail, and then acknowledging those failures and those things you screw up on, and really being able not only to share them, grow from them, help others avoid them, but really shift how you're doing things so that the lessons learned from those failures actually move you forward at an even greater velocity. All right, let's dive into today's training. Um, I have a couple notes just to make sure that I hit all these points. So, if I believe that failure is essential part of the entrepreneurial journey, we cannot fail at something we don't try. So, this means moving out of your comfort zone, going a little bit bigger, and maybe doing things that make you feel a little uncomfortable, that have a slight risk to them. Because truly, staying safe, avoiding failure altogether really means you're playing small and you're playing inside of that comfort zone. So, if we think of failure not necessarily being the opposite of success, but a vital component of success. Let me repeat that. Failure is not the opposite of success, it's a vital component of success. That's a mindset shift in itself, right there. So, those valuable setbacks, and I'm going to be totally transparent in this live, I've had a couple in this past year. I've had some amazing successes. I've had some incredible triumphs. I've doubled my income over last year, which is amazing to do that 3 or 4 years in a row. I feel so grateful and so fortunate to have great mentors and coaches and incredible clients. But the failures that have happened, I had a partnership to do an event and didn't realize that pulling 300 registrations for an event, incredible, right? That's what happens when you partner together. Well, my partner didn't share the list with me. Well, that was a waste of my time if I can't contact anybody who came to the event. So I screwed up not asking that in advance because I assumed it was common knowledge that that would happen. There's been numerous others, partnerships, wanting to grow a community collaboratively, and it didn't really work how I planned it. And I will say I'm glad I went for all of those things because the lessons learned have catapulted me to that next level of partnerships, podcasting, and amazing things. Um, I want to talk a little bit about how failure fosters that resilience. The first time you fail at something big or something publicly, it stings a little bit. But the more and more you push outside of that comfort zone and you're willing to fail without embarrassment, there's nothing embarrassing about trying something and it didn't work. So you do something else. It's called entrepreneurship, my friends. And that builds that courage for risk taking, kind of like spending money. The first time you spend a really large amount of money, whether it's buying a house or fancy car or investing in yourself in a really big way, it feels scary and uncomfortable. Like, oh my gosh, I just spent $10,000 on a coach. Holy crap. But listen, the more you do it, the more it becomes part of who you are and what you're willing to do in order to grow your business. So, the more you get used to being uncomfortable, the easier it gets. So, failures have taught me more than one thing, more than hundreds of things of what not to do ever again. And if you're willing to make those not to do lists, I almost think they're more powerful than a to do list. Because if you remember your boundaries and you remember the things you're willing not to do, it almost encourages you to do what's right. Now, I would love if you're joining me live or on the replay to share in the comments maybe a failure that you've learned a really big lesson from. Love to talk about it, love to chat about it. And if you want to come on my podcast, Unlock Your Way with STK, and have a conversation about a big failure that resulted in a big success eventually, that would be an amazing conversation. And if you need some coaching around a current failure that you're struggling to move past, I have some slots available for hot seat coaching live on the podcast. Now, yes, it is live. Yes, it's coaching that's public, but you get me for a complimentary session, which doesn't happen that often. So if you're interested in that, comment below. My team will be in touch. Now, let's get back to reinforcing this message of today that embracing failure every step of the way, going for no is the old saying in sales, right? Go for no. And if you unapologetically go for no, I've requested some really big names on my podcast and didn't care whether they said yes or not. I would just love to do it. And every single time they said yes. So challenge yourself today to is there somebody you would love to work with in your business? Somebody you would love to get on your roster of clients? I'm challenging you to message that person today and be honest and say, I see what you're doing and I'm in love with your business idea, or I love XYZ about what you're doing and I would love to coach you, or I would love my team to help with your marketing. Be courageous, but be authentic. Don't send 100 messages to people. That doesn't work if you're going to be authentic and real and connect human to human. All right, last tip for today. If you're struggling to find the gold in a recent setback, I want you to take a look at positive psychology. Positive psychology is all about being prospective. Traditional psychology is retrospective. It has you looking towards your past to make meaning of the present. Positive psychology has you being prospective, looking towards the future to decide what today looks like. So if you're struggling with a current failure in your business or a mess up or something that you didn't do right, or maybe your team screwed up something, I challenge you to actually look towards the future instead of saying, oh, I should have done this. I could have done this. If I had done just this, this, and this yesterday. I want to challenge you to look towards the future and say, how can this be different next time I do it? How is this going to change how I do X, Y, and Z in the future? And put those changes in effect today and actually visualize what it would look like totally working the next time you do it. Now, if it's a major screw up, like losing a house, losing a business, needing to let go of employees. This stuff happens. And when you're in business and you need to make tough decisions like that, it's important to remember that look towards the future. And if you need help reframing something from the past that is still on repeat in your head, let's talk about how positive psychology and some hypnotherapy and some NLP, all in combination with an awesome business coach, would help you do just that. All right. This is STK signing off for Failure Friday. And I can't wait to see some of your stories in the comments. Have an awesome weekend, everybody, and get ready for Thanksgiving next week. It's going to be an incredible holiday for you to embrace your failures and be thankful for them. Have a great day.